My name is Martens, and I'm an artist based in Lexington, Kentucky. The work Material Witness comes from a site-specific, research-based, and conceptual project born out of my fascination with waste, where it goes, and whose lives it touches as it disappears. What began as an investigation into the landfill and incinerator where most of Washington, D.C.'s household trash gets burned and buried instead took me deep into a saga of history, clay, incineration and incarceration, revolt, corporations, and the sticky hauntings of a mile-wide stretch of land in Lorton, Virginia. In legal terms, a material witness has information that few, if any other witnesses in a case possess. This project uses red Virginia clay and trash glomerate as material witnesses to weave together the physical and affective hauntings of trash and thrown away humans at the Lorton site. My interest in the topic the work addresses began with a project I completed in 2015 on the 2014 coal ash spill in the Dan River in North Carolina. At the time, it was the third largest coal ash spill in the United States. In that work, I transfigured coal ash from the spill into a glaze for ceramic teacups, inviting participants to experience a version of the terror and certainty that many residents whose water supply had been toxified by the spill were faced with. Through this piece, I began asking those questions, like where does waste go? This, in combination with my interest in prison abolition and the connections between incarceration and environmental injustice, grounded my interest in the current work. I've been deeply inspired by and am indebted to activists and groups like Fight Toxic Prisons and the Mothers of East Los Angeles that have seen environmental justice and the fight for prison abolition as deeply intertwined. For example, in the early 2000s, the Mothers of East Los Angeles went door to door mobilizing their community against a planned East LA prison while simultaneously fighting plans to build a hazardous waste incinerator in their neighborhood, connecting the two struggles. The process of creating the work was long. My investigations into the site began in 2016, and to some extent they're still ongoing. There have been many stages of the process, from site visits, archival work, physically digging up and processing clay, interfacing with the bureaucracy of waste management companies, creating ceramic pieces, compiling research into a zine, and even meeting up with amateur drone videographers. I hope the audience will take away a sense of how landscapes accrue stories and are shaped by power over time. How looking at the ground or paying attention to overlooked or waste materials might reveal histories that have gone covered up, both figuratively and literally in this case. I hope the audience will begin to make connections for themselves between the toxicity of waste management practices and the dire effects of incarceration. How a culture and logic of the disposability of both people and materials underpins these.